Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really powerful shift in leadership, one that goes way beyond just managing people and completely rethinks what it means to lead.
Man, this quote, it's kind of a gut punch, isn't it? It means that the results your team is getting, the good, the bad, all of it, they aren't an accident. They are the direct product of the system that you, as the leader, have built. So the real question is, are you happy with the results your system is designed to get?
And that really boils down to this one core question. When you think about your team's energy, its potential, its creativity, are you the gatekeeper deciding what gets through? Or are you a conduit, making sure it all flows?
To make this super clear, let's look at a story. A tale of two leaders. They're in the same company, same industry, but their leadership philosophies are a world apart.
Okay, so let's meet our two leaders. On one side, you have Eric. Eric is your classic, traditional manager. He's focused on hitting the numbers, directing his people. And then you have Emily. Emily operates as what we're going to call a steward leader. Her focus is completely different, and as you'll see, the results are, well, they're profound.
So how do these two different ways of thinking actually play out day to day? The difference isn't in their job titles. It's buried deep in their core beliefs about what a leader is even for.
Eric's philosophy is the one a lot of us were probably taught. It's all about control. He sees his job as managing all the resources, and that includes his people, to hit the targets that were set from above. You know, it's a finite game. The goal is to win the quarter. And honestly, on paper, it looks like it works.
Emily's approach, on the other hand, is basically the polar opposite. She doesn't see her role as controlling things, but as nurturing them. Her goal is to multiply the value of everything she's been entrusted with, for everyone involved. The company, sure, but also her employees and the customers. And, you know, the proof is in the pudding, right? The results really do speak for themselves. Well, Eric's team, yeah, they hit their targets, but they were also burned out. They had high turnover, and innovation was basically flatlining. Emily's team, though, they absolutely thrived. Innovation went through the roof, employee well-being was high, and they created real sustainable growth. It just goes to show you that stewardship isn't some soft, fluffy idea. It's a massive strategic advantage.
So what is going on here? What's Emily's secret? Well, her success is built on a really powerful concept that completely reframes the entire purpose of a leader. This is what we call steward leadership. And at its heart, it's a commitment to creating value for everyone involved in the system. It goes way beyond just profit. The goal isn't just to build a more efficient machine, it's to cultivate an entire ecosystem where the company, its people, and its customers can all flourish together.
I love this quote because it's so sharp and clear. It perfectly captures the mindset shift. A parasite takes value for itself, right? It drains the system. And a traditional manager, even with the best intentions, can sometimes act that way, pulling resources and energy just for their department's short-term gain. But a conduit channels that energy, directing it where it needs to go to make the entire system stronger.
Now let's be really clear here. Being a conduit is not passive. It's a very active role. It means you have to build immense internal strength, your own discipline, your character, your resilience. This is how you create an organization that isn't just tough, but what we call anti-fragile. It actually gets stronger under stress. It's about passing the ultimate leadership stress test, sometimes called the hit by a bus test. Think about it. If you vanished tomorrow, would your team fall apart or would they thrive? A true conduit builds something that flourishes even without them.
Okay, so that sounds great, but how do you actually do it? How do you build that kind of structural integrity? Well, it's powered by a set of core principles that you can think of as a kind of operating system for your leadership. It guides all of your actions and decisions. So this is the framework. It all starts with intentional living, really knowing your own values and purpose. Once you have that foundation, it allows for continuous curiosity and a deep-seated commitment to truth and integrity. From there, you can have a relentless pursuit of huge goals, but, and this is so important, it's balanced by fostering unity within the team and championing freedom. And that means you're giving your team the autonomy and the trust they need to do their best work. Altogether, these practices build the integrity of the conduit.
And inside that relentless pursuit piece, is this incredible concept from Finland called sisu. It's so much more than just grit or persistence. Sisu is that deep, inner strength that kicks in when you are facing what feels like an impossible challenge. It's the mindset that takes over right at the point where grit gives out. It turns obstacles into opportunities.
All right, let's pull all these threads together. Steward leadership isn't just another strategy for hitting next quarter's numbers. It's a completely different framework for thinking about your legacy, about the impact you leave behind.
You see, this whole model requires you to shift the game you're playing. You have to stop playing a finite game, where the only goal is to win and someone else has to lose. Instead, you start playing an infinite game, where the real objective is just to keep playing, to keep building, to keep serving, to create something that lasts long after you're gone.
And ultimately, this is what it's all about. It's not about the targets you hit or the promotions you got. It's about the echo you leave behind. That positive impact that keeps rippling outwards, long after you've moved on. That is the true work of a leader who is a conduit.
Which brings us right back to you, and to our final and maybe most important question. When you look past all the spreadsheets and the quarterly reports, what is the living, breathing legacy you are creating right now, with every single decision you make? What will be the echo of your leadership?